November 14, I am off to Hamlin to do a record search on some property in the record room, which is something I don't normally do. I am a civil trial litigator. However, I have done my fair share of property searches, and so I'm doing some stuff for family reasons. And I will hop out to Muscle Holler after I am done, and I may split some wood. But I'm just thinking a bit more about the off season and about how people need to work on things, how to go about working on things, and breaking up your training in order to maximize fundamental technical changes. And it's best for me to internalize that in order to describe how I go about doing it. You know, to me, there are fundamental things about wood chopping that are essential. You know, I began with concentration, relaxation, attitude, and breathing. The acronym is CRAB. Those are the fundamentals that Jim Alexander taught myself, Matt Koger, and Melvin Lentz, amongst several other people that he spent time with. And those things are the true basis upon which any athlete that's in a rotational / hand-eye sport needs to adopt in order to be successful. And when you're looking at technical issues, everybody's different in regards to your arm to torso ratios, to your leg to shoulder width, etc. Everyone's different. You know, not everyone's 6'6", 200 pounds, and not everyone is like me, 5'10", 265, or whatever the hell I am now. And so there are things that would apply for one person that may not apply for another. But fundamentally, I'm just talking about axe delivery. I'm not talking about the axe presentation. I am talking about how you deliver the axe or how you deliver the saw. And for me personally, dropping this weight, I noticed this morning when I looked at my Inzer lever belt that I have decreased it by a good 8 inches. And so not having that additional 8 inches in circumference around my midsection has changed my upswings and my downswings in the standing block, and will also change my backswing in the underhand or lifting the axe up. And so those are two things, or primarily three things, I break it down segmentally, that I'm going to work on. And I'm also going to have to change my single hand sawing technique and my double hand sawing technique, because I'm going to have to get closer to the saw to be in the same body position. But those are fundamental changes that I'm going to have to work on. And what I like to do in the off season is, when I'm working on those things, obviously we can't cut as many logs as we would like. Your body needs to go through the motion in order to maximize its efficiency in using that movement. And what I like to do is, in addition to cutting logs, in addition to sawing discs, in addition to splitting wood, I like to simply take a handle and mimic the swings or the strokes, such that my body gets used to those positions, and I can put myself in those positions from not only using the handle but also delivering the axe. And you can get hundreds upon hundreds upon hundreds repetitions that way without ever cutting a log, without ever having to go out in the woods, fall a tree, cut up into blocks, and carry it out of the woods and get it to where you train at. And so that is one of the ways that you're able to get training volume without putting the tax or the stress on your body. And so, you know, that's what I've been doing the past 4 weeks, is swinging a handle, primarily when I'm working out or when I have a spare moment when I'm at the office. Just grab the handle and pretend like I'm cutting a log, and visualize it. It's all visualization, and it's about putting your body in those positions during the visualization. And it's no different than any other sport where it requires body mechanics in order to perform it. And, you know, I can't stress it enough. You know, we think about this stuff when we're driving, we think about this stuff when we're working. It's just a passion for everyone. And so, you know, I like to ingrain these stances even when I am preparing for an oral argument or hearing, or, you know, doing a deposition, or during a break during a deposition. Something will come to me about the position of my foot and how I may be able to get more blocking or rotation out of either the single or the standing block. And so, you know, that's a specific issue or a specific thing, but it's all fundamental. You know, we have one body that delivers the axe, or one body that delivers the saw, and how we optimize that is up to looking at our own body and determining how we can generate the most axe speed. And that's all it is. It's physics, math, geometry. At the end of the day, those are the three fundamental things that apply to any striking sport, and or any throwing sport, or any sport really, you know. And so being strong helps, but being smart about it is probably a little bit more important. And spending time in the wood heap is probably the most important. But just wanted to share that as I was thinking about it, you know, and looking at the things that I'm going to be working on over the course of the next 6 to 8 weeks. I'm going to start training next week during deer season. I'll take an axe with me, and if the weather's good, I'll break the axe out and chop for a while to keep myself from freezing my balls off. Let's see what happens. Anyway, have a good one.
Yeah, Dee Dee and Bits with their morning coffee and watching Netflix. Go Dee Dee, go Dee Dee.